Hiya, welcome back to the Waterstones vlog. I hope you're all doing really well. So you probably don't recognise me, and that's because I am a new addition to the vlogging team and this is my first video. So to introduce myself, hi, my name is Imie. I am currently based in Waterstones, Wokingham, but I've been in the company for a few years now. And in case you can't tell, I absolutely love to read. So the kind of genres that I normally lean towards, and will probably review on here quite a lot, is anything magical, whether it's fantasy, magical realism, YA, fairy tales, just anything that can send me to another world for a little bit just always excites me. I absolutely love poetry because of the way a poet can express themselves in many different forms and using many different words that you wouldn't necessarily pick. And I absolutely adore retellings because of the way that an author can bring new light to an old story. So I've been asked to talk about my favourite book today and I couldn't decide on one, so I've ended up with two. So the first one I want to talk to you about is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. So this has been one of my favourite books for a long time, so literally since it came out. It's a fantasy in a way, but I feel like it defies genres. It's just absolutely wonderful. So it's set around a circus and focuses predominantly on two characters, Celia and Marco, who have been brought up learning magic in two different ways because their teachers can't agree which is the best way to teach magic. So they host a competition with the set being the circus, and they have to create the best illusions to keep the circus running. They don't know who the other one is, so obviously when they do finally meet and work out that they're the competitors, everything changes. So it's an absolutely beautifully written story. So you get so much covered within this quite small book. You get romance, you get friendship, you get power, you get dreams in all different forms, you get growing up and trying to go against the expectations of others and how to fulfill yourself. You get the fangirl within you, you get just so much within the book that you relate to it at different points in your life. So I've read this book about 10 times and every time I still relate to it. It still feels like a new story to me. And the other thing I absolutely love about this book is the way Erin Morgenstern writes. She sends you into a dreamlike state that means you just read it in one sitting. So the way she describes the circus makes it feel like its own character. It's just absolutely gorgeous, if I'm honest. That's the best way to describe Erin Morgenstern's writing. So if you haven't read The Night Circus, I really recommend you do. So the next book kind of falls under my love for retellings. And this one is quite popular and was recently one of our books of the month. And that is Circe by Madeline Miller. So you may have heard of Song of Achilles, which was super popular a few years ago. But she's now back with Circe, which is looking at the Odyssey rather than the Iliad, and focuses on Circe, who's only in a few chapters of the Odyssey and is mostly a plot device for Odysseus. So Madeline Miller just took this small bit of text and creates this wonderful massive story for her, and it's one of female empowerment, of magic, of romance. It's just so beautiful and just so empowering to see this new light on the story. If you haven't read it yet, I really recommend you do. You don't need to know the original text, you get this whole new story. It might even inspire you to read the old text, but it's just absolutely wonderful. And if you ever get a chance to meet her, because I did lately, take it, because she is absolutely wonderful in person. And she just is so intelligent and uses it in her work. It's just wonderful, but it's still very evocative and gorgeously written. It's just, both of the books I've picked are just gorgeously written. I haven't met other authors that can just fill me the way these do. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you have read either of the books or if you're going to read either of the books. And if you enjoy Erin Morgenstern, check out the fact that she's bringing out a new book at the end of the year, which is The Starless Sea. It's absolutely wonderful. I've been lucky enough to get a proof of it. I really recommend pre-ordering it because it's a book for book lovers. It's the only thing I want to say about it. So yeah, hopefully see you soon.